Again, you know what phone you should be using?
Well,
You should be doing it at Cedar Creek Bottoms. And we're live.
hello? Okay. I didn't even know he was on Match Live. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? We turn your music off.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Hang on, guys. There we go.
Hey, everybody. I hope everybody's doing okay tonight. I didn't even know she was on Match Live. She was talking about it, and she went ahead and done it. So
Yep. I'm sneaky like that.
hope everybody's
Hold on,
doing
guys.
okay.
I messed up.
I didn't even know she was
There
on
we go.
Match Live.
And now your volume's all the way up.
Yeah, I just turned it off.
So we have.
Well, I wasn't ready. So
We have Mr. Glenn in here. We have Gary Spikes in here. We have Jesse Underwood in here and out of here and back into here.
Huh?
He had some issues.
Oh.
Mr.
Mark
Creel. Yep. And Richard Jr. Sharon. Mark D. And Mr. Prospecting and Miss Pamela.
Good to see y'all.
River made it in.
Hey, Mr. River Morris. How's it going?
Billy
Hey,
Shelley.
Billy. Glad to see everybody tonight. Hope everybody's had a good week.
Mike Thompson.
Hey, how's it going, Mike? Hope everybody's had a good week. Been fairly decent weather in Alabama. Once we got that cold weather out of here last weekend.
But it's coming back.
Well, not as bad.
Oh, okay.
Not as bad.
Thank
It
goodness.
is going down to 32 tomorrow night, but it was still chilly Monday night, Tuesday night. Then it kind of changed. Hey, Janelle. Good to see you. So good to see everybody tonight. Had a little rain last night. Today it's been a little windy again, and so but it's been some pretty days
Hey, Miss
too.
Sherry.
Been some real pretty days. Hey, Sherry. Been some real pretty days. Hey, Randall. Good to see you. We hadn't had the AC on yet. I hope it don't get that bad yet.
It's been a little warm at night.
Yeah. So
Slept out from under the covers past couple of nights. So
yeah, it was pretty warm last night. When I
out.
went into work, it was still in the 60s, and I think it just got to about 58 or something.
Mr. Randall made it in.
Yeah, I spoke to Mr. Randall.
Oh, I missed him.
So I hadn't had a chance to comment back to everybody on the video, but I will. I just ain't had a chance to do it yet today.
And I'm trying to convince him to use the other phone and comment at Cedar Creek Bottoms.
I just hope I don't mess everybody up, but we'll start.
We'll be telling him.
Yeah. I'll start trying to do that.
Because I can't answer all their questions and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I do answer them. I answer them as Mark Plowboy Green.
But then I got to go answer them again as Cedar Creek Bottoms.
Why do you have to go answer them?
It shows the channel interacting with their guests.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's why you need to do it on my phone or the other phone.
Well, a lot of times I do it when I have quiet time at work where I can sit there and think, and I guess I have to start toting the other phone with me.
Yeah. It'd be all right.
Yeah. So it'll just be more in my pockets at work at night.
Or start doing it at a different time.
Yeah. I don't blame you, Sherry. I wish I didn't have to go into work tonight because probably after the live, I'd load back up in the bed.
Yep. I agree.
I've been tired this week. We've had some rough nights at work, plus the camping trip. Of course, when you go camping, your sleep gets all messed up. Number two, it was cold. So your body fighting the cold all day, Saturday night, wears you out too. And so it was then going straight into work and having a rough night 4 nights in a row don't help matters none. Because I'm getting older too, and it's starting to show. It's starting to show. But we're gonna make it. I know everybody else deals with that too. It's just the way it goes. Sometimes you're just tired for a while, and So
I wonder if men have iron issues like women.
some men do. Yeah, I've heard of it before. I've heard some people do. But also, it can be our tea
Mm.
can give us a lot of issues too.
And with you on blood pressure medicine, that don't help.
Yeah. So that can make you tired a lot and stuff like that too.
Hey, Miss Bobby.
Hey, Bobby, how you doing? Good to see you. So I guess you can go ahead and.
So we're keeping it short tonight, guys. So
we'll
keep
talk
that in
about
mind.
we'll talk about the camp out toward the end.
Okay.
I'll let you go ahead and start on your books and plan for the week. And
That help you?
Yeah.
Can you tell anything?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
But can you tell what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it looks like yarrow.
Oh, you can see that? Cool.
Yeah.
Tonight's plant is yarrow or yarrow, however you want to say it. Depends on where you're from. You mess me up. I usually always say yarrow.
Okay.
So it is edible and medicinal, and it should be starting to come up now everywhere that you can forage. They do have the wild varieties as well as the
Hey, Debbie Meadows.
hybrids and stuff like that that they have created.
No, excuse me.
Meadows.
I'm sorry. I thought it said meadows for a minute.
But yarrow is antiseptic, it's astringent, it's antimicrobial, and anti-inflammatory. It's good for a wide range of ailments. Have some poisonous lookalikes, like I done forgot the name of them, y'all. Poison hemlock and Queen Anne's lace. So it does have some lookouts, one of them being,
hey, Misty, how you doing?
Poison hemlock. So keep that in mind. Make sure that you are using Google
Kitchen
or other sources that are reliable to properly identify your yarrow before you actually use it. If you don't know what you're actually getting, don't use it.
Hey, Anthony.
There are some teas that you can make that will treat a UTI.
Good. Enjoy your
wound salve, fever.
That sounds good.
Things like that. So look it up. I know Rosemary Gladstar has a lot of information on making teas and things, and she's a very reliable source on how to use a lot of the medicinal herbs and wild edibles and stuff. So keep that in mind. But yarrow is today's plant of the week. Now, let's talk about the book of the week. So I gave Mark a choice of one book or two books. And I just said, pick a number. And the number he chose is this book. It is called, Mark, hold up the mouse.
Huh?
Don't let the mouse fall. Just hold it from the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
This is Park's Success with Herbs. Now, I don't normally pick a book like this, but this was given to me by a good friend of ours, and he really had a lot to say about this book, but it's put out by Park Seed Company, actually, and it's an older book, and it's by Gertrude B. Foster and Rosemary F. Loudon. There are some pictures in here. There's some recipes in here. There's identification. There's uses, all sorts of good stuff. And so if you're looking for a book, Park's Success with Herbs is another good one.
Hey, Mr.
So
Harold,
check it out. You'll probably be able to find it in used bookstores and on Amazon maybe. I have not looked actually, but this looks like it's a really good one. So
we'll put you in the prayer list, Mr. Harold Denton.
There you go.
And also, Miss Debbie said she appreciated all the prayers, and prayers work. They work. Glad to have you in the chat with us and everything. Hope you we'll be praying for you. Hope you get to doing better. So let me, before I forget, grab my prayer list. And you have something I was thinking about a while ago.
Yeah, while he's getting that, we're just going to sit here
You
and
tell
look
I'm
at the
getting old.
comments
It's
and
getting
stuff.
hard to get up some days.
The cat seems to always want to be a part of the live now, too. This is Misty, in case anybody has not been in one of the ones before.
Yeah, we live in a jungle here.
Standing Stone has a request, Mark. He wants you to touch on some of your Bigfoot sightings for a moment. He's never heard any. Now, I will say that there are a lot of videos on our channel where we're talking about a lot of the not a lot of the outings, but a lot of his reports and things like that. We've got some previous guests that we have recorded talking about some of the outings that they have shared together and by themselves. So feel free to look through some of the older videos as well.
We'll touch on it some toward the
I know,
end.
that's why I was telling you about it.
We'll touch on some of it toward the end. Because my own encounters and then the other encounters that I've worked over the years. So,
Yep.
Hey, Miss Jean, good
so
to
I'll
see
have
you.
him go through some for you in a little bit. He will not be able to talk a lot about him tonight because he does have to go to work. So.
Yeah, we'll have to end about 8 o'clock, much as I hate to, but that's the way life goes. You got to, till I can retire, I've got to go to work. So.
And Dee Dee.
Do what now?
Did we say hey to Randall and Dee Dee?
Yes, we spoke when the hey Dee Dee just come in.
Rhonda.
Hey, Miss Rhonda, good to see you. I probably will give you a call in the morning or message you
or something.
Of course, I get a pen that don't write. That's about the way my luck is.
They're bad.
You got a pen?
Get another pen.
The one in here?
Should be.
Yeah, there we go. That's the way my luck goes. So.
Sounds like we got a lot of people that's had some prayers work.
Yes. The Lord does a lot of stuff.
Mark D got rid of the infection on his foot.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, we're still going to keep praying for you, Mark, and everybody else, because every one of us need prayer every day. Even when we're doing well, we've got stuff we need to be praying for because we never know. We never know. Hey, Kimberly Ray.
We have not been doing much, Debbie. Go to bed. Get you some sleep. I hate that you had an allergic reaction, and the replay will always be there.
Oh, yeah, it will. We'll keep you in prayer.
Yeah, I always tell people, Mr. Denton, don't come off your meds without a doctor telling you to do so. It doesn't matter what type of med it is. You know, if you don't have a doctor that wants to work with you on other types of treatments and stuff, find one that will, but don't just stop taking your meds. So Misty is probably 10.
Huh?
This Misty.
Oh, Misty.
Somebody in the comments asked how old the cat was. This cat is probably about 10 or so. I have had her since 2015 myself, and she was grown when I got her, but not real old. We also have a calico that hides out, and she's officially 13 now. She'll be 14 later this year. So we have 2 indoor cats, and after these 2 are gone, I will not clean another litter box. I can tell you that now. So, but I like my 2 cats. This one used to be known as Boyfriend because when Mark and I first got together and everything, she would sleep on his pillow. Yeah. So this was Girlfriend instead of me.
And if y'all know anybody needs prayer besides a few, I know we had a pretty long list, and I know some people are doing a lot better. Y'all just let me know. And some people will continue just keep on the prayer list.
Watching Holler made it in.
Hey, Roger, good to see you, bro. We always want to pray for everybody. That's a big thing. And to mean it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other thing, to mean it. Because we really do. We want people to not be sick and not have problems and have a good life on earth while we can. All right.
Did I bring those mealworms in?
I don't know if you did or not.
Would you go look in the kitchen?
Sure.
Real quick. So, guys, Pampered Chef is still going. Mark has a party now for all of our YouTube family. I'm going to be going into Mark's account on Facebook and inviting some of you. If you would like to be invited, please let us know. And we'll get you invited too. Y'all find us on Facebook, me or Mark. Rebecca A. Sanders Green is me. Mark Green is Mark. And we have the Cedar Creek Bottoms Farmstead Facebook page. Do the one that is Cedar Creek Bottoms, not the one that is Cedar Creek Bottoms Farmstead Life. Cedar Creek Bottoms Farmstead Life got started when I lost access to the regular page. So we got the regular page back. So now just use Cedar Creek Bottoms and let that be it.
You need to probably go out there and feed some of the chickens.
I do.
To do a video with it.
I do.
Okay.
All right, guys. So
All right.
this is the last plug I'm going to make on this, on the videos, the lives for this. The Grub Terra mealworms. I got to get out there and feed it to the chickens and
do a video
of it. But they sent me an email and they gave us a code. So if anybody wants to use the Grub Terra mealworms, you can get a discount by using CCBFL10 when you order as a coupon code. That's CCBFL10. That stands for Cedar Creek Bottoms Farmstead Life 10. So y'all feel free to go Grub Terra's website and check out what they got. And I'm not making any money from this, just so you know. But they did give us a code to help y'all with a little bit off.
I want to thank the moderators for always being here. I know people's in and out, and that's fine because, everybody's got a life. But we really appreciate Gary and Mr. Mark D and Leanne and Misty and Spencer and who else am I forgetting? Greg and Wanda and Abby.
Yes, Squatch and Holler. That's the correct code.
Yeah.
And that's with Grub Terra.
Yeah. And since we're talking about feeding chickens, I want to hit a little bit about food security.
Food security includes not just us, but your animals.
Well, true. But in the end, you'll be eating them animals.
Exactly. Got to feed them to eat them.
I can't emphasize on this enough. And hey, Crystal, Cryptic Crystal, good to see you tonight. And Miss Bama, and anybody else that maybe I missed while I was in and out a while ago.
Or that I missed while running my mouth.
We how to start this here?
Carefully.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes with a lot of different things. You know, hey Wanda, good to see you. I hope your blood pressure is doing. And hey Larry, good to see you, man. I hope. Well, I told you about the cattle here a few weeks ago. Lowest number of cattle in history of the United States. We're bringing in meat more than we're exporting. Excuse me. And then, of course, we know what's going on with our corn, our soybeans, and some of our other crops, wheat, the sugar beets. Host of mother, a lot of you fruits. What's now
up with the sugar beets?
They're Roundup ready and everything.
They have Roundup ready sugar beets now.
Baby, they coming out left and right.
Wow.
What in the world was that? You didn't hear that?
I heard something, but I don't know what I heard.
Okay, well, what's that? Well, anyway, Lord. Here lately, I'm hearing too much. Whew. Starting to get a little on the weird side. If there's any way you can, I know some of you probably not able to, and I know some of you don't have the property, and some of you live in a lot of areas where you might be able to do much. But if nothing else, get you some pots and put you some tomatoes and peppers in them, and or put you a little raised bed in your backyard or something. Hey, Flat Rock, good to see you, brother. Enjoyed the interview other night on Discover Sasquatch with Chris. Hey, David, good to see you, brother. Do something. And if you can't, hey, Rex Gordon, good to see you. If you can't, find some of these homesteaders. I know there's some around everybody because homesteading is a big fad right now. I hate to call it a fad, but it kind of is.
It's becoming one.
But there's a lot of people that are raising chickens, rabbits. Some of them's raising hogs, cattle, and a lot of them are growing vegetables, and they're not filling them full of poisons. And if you can get that stuff, please do. I know you have to pay for it a little more. It costs a lot more money. And I know a lot of us are hurting for money nowadays, too, with inflation and everything that's going on. And especially these crazy power bills I keep hearing about people getting. They just don't sound right. Sound like something going on. But food security, try to make your plans best you can. I mean, if you have a question, me and Rebecca are not experts by no means. I don't have the answer for everything, but I will either try to answer it or I'll try to find you the answer or send you to somebody that might know more about it. Definitely try to do something if you can. And if you can't, try to find a homesteader around your area. Hey, Pyro, good to see you. Try to find somebody around you that's a homestead. And I know they're everywhere. They're in the suburbs now. There's people you'd be surprised that are growing stuff in suburbs and behind their houses, and they just keep quiet about it. Mm-hmm. And a lot of them are willing to sell a little bit, and some of them's even willing to give away. I mean, everybody ain't always about all of us making money. It's about us trying to help each other too. Me and Rebecca probably give away just as much crops as we've sold before.
Absolutely.
Eggs. We've gave tons of eggs away, and then sometimes we sell some. Then sometimes we just give people eggs. Say, here, because we hate to see them go to waste. And especially if I can give them to somebody
that needs
them, which nowadays I know is getting hard to tell. I agree. It's very hard to tell who really needs it and who don't. I hate to say it, but there's a lot of people take advantage of people now. But we've always had them since the beginning of time. You ain't going to get rid of them.
Nope.
And hey, Daryl Denton, good to see you, man. But like my daddy always said, you do right, let the Lord sort it out.
Yep.
Because when you give, no matter if you gave it to a person that didn't really need it and they fibbed to you, the blessing is going to be on you.
Yep.
And then the Lord's going to go take care of that person for if they're doing wrong. He's going to start convicting them, or as some people say, chastise them. It will come sooner or later. So, a lot of people say, why'd you give that person money, or why'd you give a person food? Well, because one reason Christ commanded that to help.
Mm-hmm.
And number two, even if they went and done wrong with it, you still done right.
That's right.
They the ones that done the wrong. So y'all just remember that. And but it's something we really need to be watching. I hate that the city. I'm a councilman. I don't tell too many people about this because I don't. But I'm a councilman in a little town. Been since 2015
mm-hmm.
or something like that.
Something like that.
And our town used to have a community garden. I wish we could get it going back. We actually hired a person to tend that garden, to be with it every day. And then we went in with the court system and got people who needed to put in public hours. In other words, they got in trouble about something, and they had to put in community service. So we opened that up where some of those folks could come out and do their community service with us. In other words, they would help pick vegetables. They would help do different things. So that's something you can think about in your community. You might approach your city or your town you live in and talk to them about community gardens. We really done real well with that for a few years. And what happened was we lost the property that it was on. The guy who owned it passed away. His kids decided to sell the property. If I could do my mother's property, I'd let them have a community garden there, but I'd have to do some different setting up. Mm-hmm. And because it would be a good place to do one, but it wouldn't be a very big spot right there. And it's prone to flooding. That's the other. Bad. It's very good, rich bottom land, but it is prone to flooding. So, was the bird flu going on again? Which every year it does. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's just a common thing, I think, now, the bird flu. And we're going to see a lot of other crazy diseases coming along. I hate to say it. Yeah. But and if you have neighbors that raise gardens and you're not able to, you might could go down there. If you're able, you might could go down there and help them with their garden. Yeah, going grocery shopping is rough now. Me and Rebecca went, what day was it? Yesterday, Thursday, Wednesday, excuse me. And we didn't buy that much because we're doing, the meal prepping.
Trying to.
Sometimes we'll get off of it, but we're doing pretty decent with it. We're getting there. It was $200. And I didn't even have half a grocery buggy full,
It was bad.
Wasn't a whole lot of meat. And it was roast and chicken and I can't remember.
That was it on the meat.
Yeah, meat. And then I tell you where they eat you up on all these little old side things they want you to put in.
Well, shoot, that roast was $20.
Yeah, I know. Them roast ain't cheap no more. So, hey, Stacy Thrasher, excuse me. Lord have mercy. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to mispronounce it. Sometimes I don't see good. It's like stuff blends in on me or something. I don't know. It's probably getting time to go see an eye doctor. But anyway, it's food security is a big thing, and of course we're going to be on our Friday Night Live start talking a little more about different stuff because we're getting that time. It's time to plant your white potatoes. It's time to plant any fruit trees. Time to trim what you got.
As long as your ground is thawed out.
Yeah. Now, I know some of y'all live in colder climates, so you've got to kind of watch what you're doing because they have that frost line in a lot of places too. Yeah. Right now is a good time to be trimming your some of your fruit trees, but go on the internet and make sure your fruit trees, there's some that you can't mess with right now. It's kind of weird, I know. That's why you got to keep reading up on stuff and keeping up with it.
Yep.
Also, we're getting very close. Time to start putting your seeds in your trays.
Some of them could go in now.
Well, some of them, yeah.
Some people started theirs in January.
Yeah. So, and right now, you probably could plant cabbage.
You can.
You probably could put
all
turnips.
Of those cool season crops can be in the ground now.
Spinach.
Carrots.
Yeah.
Radishes will grow. Lettuce.
So.
Onions, garlic.
And you can do that inside your house. Put them at the windowsill where they get sunlight, but they still got the heat from the house.
All the ones I just named and you named, they can be in the ground.
Pyro says you can't put nothing in the ground until after April Fool's Day. That's right. You're in Oklahoma, right, Pyro?
Your cool season crops you can. because they don't get hurt by the frost.
Yeah.
Same for potatoes. If you do them right, well, I'm not going to say right. Most of your potato is underground before the frost. I mean, before the first frost date or last frost date, excuse me. So it's actually safe to plant them. If you look at a farmer's almanac, the best time to plant regular potatoes is around Valentine's Day, especially for our area. And I haven't planted mine yet. They're going in the ground probably my next off day, because the 29th-ish is the second set of dates that it gave. And the reason I waited is because it was still pretty wet on the 14th. And that's the downside of planting so early, is if it's in the ground and it's just flooding, they're just going to rot. But I plant mine at least a foot deep right off the bat, because I'm not a hiller. I like to just go ahead and plant it deep and let it grow up. So I don't like to hill my potatoes. But anything cool season is fine to go ahead and plant.
Right. And really in March, we'll probably step it up a little bit, talking about more stuff. And then, of course, when April comes is when we'll get ready to put corn. You can put beans, squash, which now Rebecca was right. And because I grew up with people that watched this, it thundered in February several times. And
it's going to frost.
See, today's March 1st.
Same dates. No.
No, that's next week. I'm a week. Lord have mercy. Yep. But I tell you, midnight shift messes me up. When March and April, we will really up talking about gardening and farming and all that. I hope to do some videos on planting this year again. And some of the stuff, other things we're going to be doing, maybe to give y'all some ideas. So but food security is something we need to really be paying attention to. There's some other things we need to pay attention to too. Is of course our water supplies.
Yeah.
And something that we're fixing to purchase. We're fixing probably
that water filtration.
Berkeley's, and there's a few more that make them.
And you can make your own like those.
Yeah, you can make your own. One reason I like theirs, they do make them out of stainless steel. And if I had the stainless steel, I could make them, but stainless is not cheap. Woo! But I can still weld pretty good, even though sometimes it gets blurry on me. But go down and get Lane to help me build them. That'd be, because he can still see good. But so something to be really, really thinking about. Now, I had a question earlier from David about pine trees, and I mentioned to you what he said about some of his needles were turning brown and some of the limbs were dying. But pine tree is just something I don't know a whole lot about their diseases.
I know they get that beetle in them here, and that beetle kind of digs into the heart and kills them, sort of.
Yeah.
And that's, if you've got the start of a beetle, you can use a systemic pesticide, but you're getting into something that it's in the ground, it's systemic, it pulls up in the roots through the entire plant of whatever's around it even.
Yeah. I'm glad Wanda. That's good. Yeah, I need to go see my blood pressure doctor. I ain't went and seen him in a while.
But what's your go-to answer for anything that's got a plant problem?
Usually you can go to the extension service of your state. And usually they already kind of go through all the different diseases that affect
that. They know what your particular area is dealing with. Right. So that's the best place to actually go. They do chemical and organic. So if you tell them you really want to stay more organic, they will give you options for that as well.
Yeah.
But with pine trees, there's rusts, there's blight, there's pests, there's funguses, there's so many different things that could be causing it to happen that you really need to go talk to somebody that's familiar with your area.
That's true, because what's going on in Alabama might be 10 times different than what's going on in Texas or Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we're all in the South, from Virginia over to Kentucky, toward Missouri, Oklahoma down, it's pretty much considered the southern states. There is some difference. Here in Alabama, we can grow some things that people in Tennessee, Kentucky, a few other areas can't grow because it's like sugar cane. We can grow sugar cane here where I'm at, but about another 100 miles north, you can't grow no more sugar cane much. It has to be sorghum. It doesn't like the freezing temperatures, and there's some other crops. Peanuts, they're kind of, South Georgia, South Alabama, South Mississippi, and over toward Texas. We can grow them here, but the clay soil makes them a little tough to handle because our soil gets so tight. It's hard to grow them. And I'm not saying people ain't grown them before. I'm just saying it typically doesn't happen as much. Just something to think about. Just, some areas can do things that other areas can't. So, yeah, it's that time when it's dark. It's time
and
for food
that
with
last statement right there, that is why the dinosaurs died.
Yeah, because they ain't nothing but little dinosaurs. Can you imagine when they what?
I know, right?
When they were bigger than us. That was probably an ugly thing.
Probably was. But like I said, they're so stupid. We know why the dinosaurs died just by watching the chickens.
Call him back.
Who's that?
My cousin. I'll call him back later. I hope that ain't something about his daddy.
Do you need to go take that real quick?
No, I'll call him back in a minute.
Okay.
I'll call him back. Yeah, his daddy ain't been doing well, which would be my first cousin. But I'll wait and call him back in a minute. Hey, Patrick. No, good to see you. Three-legged chickens, yeah. Yeah, that's like Miss Dee Dee. She's out in a desert type soil. And so, I mean, there's a lot of differences. You have to figure out what's in your area and what works in your area.
And I learned something today, that there's a pine tree and an aronia, which is I can't remember the genus name for the aronia. But the two, some states have actually outlawed having that plant planted in them because they cause a pine tree to get a specific disease. That's some sort of a rust. So some states it's illegal to grow an aronia berry in.
Also, is it time to plant your elderberry? You need to wait a little while.
Oh, you can plant them. Okay. Mine are greening up already.
A guy at work was asking me last night, and I said, let me ask my wife.
Our area, I tell everybody the best time to plant for our area is actually late fall.
True.
Because then your roots are established and you don't have to water as much for when drought gets here. Right. Because the roots are already established and doing what they need to do. Now, does that mean you can't plant right now? You can plant right now. You're just going to have to baby them a little bit longer through the summer because they didn't get the winter to establish. Right. Because instead of establishing roots and being dormant on the top, they're going to be doing both at the same time.
Right. So. All right. Of course, there's some other things going on in our country that I got to be real careful about talking about. Y'all, of course, knew note about the AT&T thing that happened yesterday with a lot of folks lost service. And hey, Michael Haywood, good to see you. Of course, I kept hearing solar flares. That solar flares would have affected all phones. It wouldn't have went to one company. And it would have affected a lot more too than just
But
that.
what was funny is the number of people that were really having panic attacks over their cell service being down.
Yeah. So that was something strange. And there's some other things going on. I was trying to think of that guy on YouTube that puts out a lot of good information about farming and the cattle and water. What is his name? I'm going to have to look that up, and y'all going to have to go check him out. He keeps up with a lot of he keeps up with the farming all the way down to the homesteading, what the government's doing, what companies are doing, where they're doing it at. And so I need to, next time we have a live, have his name.
You do.
And y'all really need to go watch him. He does a very good show. He really gets thorough with it. He hits everything. He's a cattleman himself. I forgot where he's at. He's out in Wyoming or somewhere out in that neck of the woods. And he really hits on a lot of different things about what's going on. He's a very good source of information. There's a boy out of Mississippi, besides Deep South, Homestead, that keeps up with a lot of stuff too, is called the Max. They're out of Mississippi, and he keeps up with a lot of every different things that's going on, and really watches that. So it's called the Max. They have a homesteading channel, but he has pretty much turned it into just keeping up with that. Let's see. We got any questions or anything? Or
I'm going back up looking.
Okay. I think I seen Mark D ask something about the camper, but I didn't get to finish reading it.
The camper.
Yes, we did enjoy the new camper. I know Rebecca did for sure.
I absolutely did.
She had her nice bathroom. It wasn't in the woods.
Yep.
She had a warm bed.
That wasn't out in that wind.
Wasn't out in that wind, and she didn't have to hide from cameras, because that's one of her big pet peeves is cameras everywhere. And every time we go up on hunt club, she'll say, hey, is there a camera right here anywhere? I said, baby, I don't know where everybody's got cameras at. So, so she really enjoyed it.
And Bigfoot outings is even worse, because everybody's got a camera and everybody's got a recorder. And oh my gosh, you can't go walk through the woods without everybody knowing where you're going. And then, of course, the sounds are being recorded too. My only request was an outlet and a bathroom, because I need my electric blanket too.
Hey, Greg, good to see you, brother.
It could have been a tin can. I didn't care.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. It was nice to go to the restroom and inside, being able to relax. I put it that way. So
we enjoyed tent camping too, until the trip to Daniel Boone, where it was bear country and it was just too much toting of stuff to get it into the vehicle and out of the vehicle, in the vehicle. It was, hang on, just let me keep going.
Okay.
In the vehicle, out of the vehicle, in the vehicle, out of the vehicle. Every time he went to go get stuff out of the vehicle, I was like, reason number 900 and something for a new camper. And then the air mattress deflated within an hour after laying on it. And then, as if that wasn't enough, the bathrooms were nasty. There was no toilet paper. And then the tent sprung a leak. It was awful. It was awful.
Crystal Misty, yeah, I feel for y'all. I can understand. I can understand. That's just like up on a hunting club. If you had to go, you're like, wonder if anybody's got a camera in here anywhere, because them boys up there got cameras everywhere in places. And then some places they ain't no cameras. It's weird.
Yeah.
So, but it is real nice to have that.
And we just got a small one because we still want to be going into the same places we tent camp at. So we just got a small one. That way we can still pull it everywhere.
Right, and it done good. It pulled good. And, a little rough with 2 dogs at a time every now and then, but other than that, it was pretty good.
But that fence thing helped.
Yeah, that did help. We gotta kind of fine tune that a little better. Get us a better door.
Because then the dogs can be outside the camper.
Yeah, we need to get us a little door. That way it's easy for people to come in and out. But we made it that night. We done real good. And we had a good camping. I hope the ones of y'all that hadn't seen the live we done from last Saturday night, go watch it. Listen to what Greg and Janice and Brent and Chris gave encounter some stuff that happened with him. So y'all go check that out. And we had a good outing.
Same here.
We had some activity. We heard some strange noises at times. I think we all heard a good whoop. Probably one of the best whoops I've heard in a while. We heard some monkey sounds and then some screeching sounds. I just don't know what they were. At first, we thought it was 2 trees rubbing together, but then we got to thinking about it. The wind been blowing all day, and we ain't been hearing that. So
Mr. Oakle has stepped in.
Yeah, that wind was kind of making it rough on us the other night too. That wasn't helping any. And hey, Sharon, and who else come in?
Mr. Ogle.
Mr. Ogle. Well, he been in here a few minutes. We spoke to Greg a while ago.
Yeah,
I heard a huff.
The sniffing.
We had the sniffing at the window with me and Rebecca laying there sleeping. I could hear it just doing like that.
Right. The dog.
Well, I did too for a minute. Then I kind of woke on up and realized it was right behind my head at the window.
So I went on back to sleep.
I realized it was right outside the camper there. And when we walked around the next morning and I looked, it almost looked like something been standing there because the leaves were patted down real good right there in that little spot. I know Brent was going back and forth behind the camper because he was doing filming, but he wasn't standing in one place. He'd walk around that way, then he'd walk back around. This is almost like something stood there at that window for a while. So something may have been sitting there watching me sleep. I don't know. And then also, I believe Brent said he heard some walking them down around his tent during the night. Also, he felt vibrations. We had a little bit of the flash of light happen a few times. And Janice saw a figure possibly. Trying to remember what else went on. Heard some what we thought was tree knocks. What? Is there a question? Did you talk to him? No, we didn't say nothing to him, Janelle. I didn't say nothing.
Hi there.
Okay.
Feel free to send all your questions. We don't mind.
Yeah. So I think it was a good outing. We've heard some vocals way off. It was just hard to tell. Coyotes got stirred up one time. Trying to recall, did hear what I thought was some wood knocks during the daytime. Yeah, could have. Yeah, maybe it did. That's a good possibility.
Yeah.
Oh, me.
I can't decide which one of them, Mark or Gypsy, snores louder. So, just saying.
Probably just like the last few times we've had outings down there, once they got very quiet, everybody went to bed. In my opinion, they go to pilfering. They start easing up, checking out stuff.
Nell said, try it next time.
All right, I will, Janelle. I will. And I don't know if Greg ever noticed any of his glow sticks getting messed with or not. I told him that Janelle had done that down there before. And I think one of them, got messed with when Janelle was there. If I remember correctly, right, Janelle? Didn't one of your glow sticks start moving,
Yes.
and there wasn't no wind or nothing. So,
yes.
But
Terry Allen made it in.
Hey, Mr. Allen, good to see you.
Yes, one of her glow sticks moved. Yes,
that's what I was thinking. So, and we thought we had one walk through the camp on one of those outings, because I ended up seeing
Miss Crystal said, the cat loves me.
Oh yeah, she does.
Like I said, I've had the cat since 15, so.
He said one of them was on the ground, the other one was still up. Okay. All right. I think it was a good outing.
Please don't be chatting and driving, please.
Yeah,
get home safely or wherever it is you're going. Get there safely.
Yeah, please don't have no wreck or do that. It ain't worth it.
Janelle said yes, and that you did see it. Yes.
So that's an interesting place. And of course, we rolled back down yesterday, like I always do. I tried to go back where we've camped a few days later and just kind of walk around, look around, just to see if I see anything out of the ordinary. And of course, this is a kind of a public place, so it's hard to, if something happened, it'd be hard to really say, well, did a human do it or did, what went on there? Now, when you're on good private land, that's when you can start really getting a little deeper with it.
Ooh, talk about that.
Yeah. Greg and them had a lot of battery drain on their cameras. I think they said they were fully charged when they got there, and then when they went to use them, they were.
Tell them about what happened with you.
Oh, the chainsaw?
Yeah.
I got one of those Ryobi electric battery chainsaws. I carried it with me where, I could saw up more wood. That battery was full Friday because I had charged it up, and it's got the little indicator you can mash, and it tell you how much battery power you had. So I know that chainsaw was fully charged. Get down there, ended up going to use it. I think it was Sunday morning. I think I was going to use it, or it may have been. Well, I can't remember. Anyway, one of them. Hey, so much happened since then. I can't keep up with everything, but I went to use my saw, and it was dead as a doornail. I mean, zero power. And that struck me odd because I'd never seen that happen with that saw before. Now I've had it now, over a year.
Mm-hmm.
I've used it a bunch, carried it on camp outs, carried it to Daniel Boone, been other places with it. That thing was dead as a doornail. Come home. I said, well, I need to put this battery on charge. And I go to take the battery out, but I said, well, let me hit and check this. When I hit the battery indicator, it showed it had 75% power. And I ended up cutting a bunch of limbs around the house with that chainsaw. And I'm like, this is crazy. So I didn't know. I know, like on cameras, recorders, some of that stuff, the batteries get affected. And I've done a experiment with a marine battery here in our backyard. And of course, it started going down and got drained, and done that several times. But I mean, this hit a chainsaw battery. And, it's just crazy.
But the fact that they were back up to full strength when you got away from the area was really
well, even I think
Greg, he said his was fully charged when he got back home too.
Right. And Greg can say this too, I think, when we went to do some filming and got away from the campground further away, I think, I may be wrong on this, and Greg can correct me, because I don't want to tell nothing that ain't right. But I think their equipment went to doing better when we got away from the little hill there that was camping on. I may be wrong about that, and he can correct me on that. But I think I remember when we walked back up to where they wanted to do the filming, the cameras kind of everything went to working right. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so I was right on that. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you something that happened yesterday when I was down there, Greg, and it's in the video. Rebecca had walked back to the truck. I was running my mouth like I usually do on the video. I think I'd done the prayer, and I was easing back toward the truck, and all of a sudden, my camera starts going blurry. For a minute, I thought it was trying to focus itself, like, because of darkness coming, it's trying to find a spot to lock in on. But, it did power back down once you got, wow. I mean, yeah, it's something definitely on top of that hill. There's definitely something going on right there in that area. That's why every time I go there, I feel vibrations. I mean, it's a weird place. It's a weird place, no doubt about it. But yesterday, my camera just went blurry. And I'm looking at it like, why is it going blurry for? And then all of a sudden, it cleared itself back up. And I'm like, now that was weird. Because I had that happen here behind the house several times. I'd be filming. And of course, Rebecca was accusing me not being able to run the camera. But I don't think that was the issue. I think there was something that was going on. And that was during that time the boogers was hanging out here at the house a good bit. So something was messing with me. Something was messing with all of us. And that could be true. It could have been actually trying to focus on something. It's just weird. That was weird. Usually when it's trying to focus, the little square will come up in it, not, the little square.
No, that's a viewfinder.
Huh?
The squares is a viewfinder.
Okay. Well, maybe I'm wrong then. So something was going on. I really just don't know. And there was a couple times and I remember you remember when I told you to stop because something went on. I thought I heard a voice.
Yep, I remember.
When I told you I said stop. And I kept listening and just kind of filming around, and nothing never took place. And I don't know, just some weird stuff. Some weird stuff.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah, I do need to get a tri-field meter. I really do, and go down there and see what
send
really
the link.
happens. So.
Definitely send the link.
And I need to do it on Creepy Mountain some, because we have all kinds of stuff happen up there too. So, hey, Joe Parker, good to see you, brother. It could have been something there, Greg. And I will tell you this, and Rebecca can back me up. It was quiet down there yesterday. I mean, it was definitely quiet, wasn't it?
It was. It was very quiet.
It was very quiet. I don't think nobody had been in the campground.
Decimals was important, Katie.
What's that?
$178 a pound. They forgot the decimal.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. That's it right there.
Huh.
It's a viewfinder.
Okay.
Or a face finder.
Well, the square did not pop up in that, so I don't know what was going on. It's just kind of weird.
Blue Eyed made it in.
Hey, Blue Eye, good to see you. They got a nice picture of the day they put on Woodwalkers stick structure, so y'all go check that out.
Did we go down and look at that trail down there at the road?
No, we didn't walk down there. Should have, Joe. I should have. We didn't go really down where the tent was. The tent is finally gone, but we didn't walk down. I didn't walk down there. Probably should have. I should have walked down there probably yesterday. But yeah, there is a trail down there that's bigger than a deer trail. Or was, yeah. So, and I should have showed that to Greg, and I forgot about it.
You should have.
Yeah. So.
Well, now he's got reason to come back.
Oh yeah. Oh, he does. We'll get together. So. Ooh, we finna have to get off here, ain't we?
Yep.
In about 10 more minutes.
And hopefully we have touched on some of Mark's experiences enough for the night for the person that was asking for that earlier.
Well, there's so much of it. From 2007 to now, which, of course, the majority of it has been on Creepy Mountain. I'm going to say probably 80%. Well,
go back to this.
What's that? I don't know, Pamela. I need to look that up and see. That is a very good question. I need to look at that and see. There's a possibility. I need to look at that. Now, I'm going to tell you, and this is going to probably freak some of y'all out, or well, I ain't going to say it's going to freak you out. We live on the 33-degree parallel. If everybody, I didn't know if anybody knew that. It comes right straight, right through Silicaca, the 33. I guess that would be longitude, wouldn't it? Longitude. I'll get my brain straight here in a minute. Y'all have to forgive me. Some
the
days
horizontal one, guys.
Sometimes my brain don't work right no more. But we live right on the 33-degree. In fact, if you follow that line, it goes all the way to the pyramids of Egypt. It's kind of crazy. Goes through right there at Israel. And, hey, Mr. Jim Saturday. Good to see you. So, yeah, thank you, Greg. Yeah, I get my mind. Sometimes I just get goofed up. Yep. So, yeah, it comes right through here. Plus, we have the largest marble quarries in the world, the purest marble in the world. Also, we have Gravity Hill, and also the only place recorded on Earth, known recorded, somebody hit by a meteorite, and that was 400 yards from where I grew up. And in fact, there's a picture of the house today on Facebook.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And the old house. I remember the old house well. It burnt down. Lightning hit it in the 80s, burned it down.
Yep. Well, Babe, I'm going to stop you.
Okay.
I know we need to talk about all the things that you want to talk about, but it is 7:52, 7:53.
So we need to do the prayer real quick.
We need to get the prayer in. And
yeah.
If you want to hear more of Mark's experiences with Bigfoot, go back and watch some of our previous videos. And I'm sure he'll talk about more of them later on some of the lives. So,
we will.
Yeah. So just keep watching and go back and watch some of them older videos. And if you got any specific questions, do email Mark, mgreen35151@gmail.com.
Or I am on Facebook, so you can
always find us on Facebook. That's probably the best way. Message us on there. He is Mark Green. Now, his profile is a little more private than mine is, but if you can find me, I'm Rebecca A. Sanders Green, and my profile is pretty public. So find us on Facebook. There's also Cedar Creek Bottoms Facebook page as well. Don't do the Cedar Creek Bottoms Farmstead Life page. That one is not the one we use. It was when I lost my Facebook that I created that one because I lost access to the regular farm page. So, Greg House, been driving. So, Mark is back to you.
Okay. Well, let's go over some names real quick. And if any of these people y'all know are doing a lot better, which I know we need to pray for each other every day, no matter what. I mean, we really do. But I know I have a lot of names have written down, and I try to keep up with these names. So I'm going to just name them off. If y'all know these people are doing better, or if they have done better, let me know.
You got people to add.
And you got people to add. Yeah, we need to pray for our country. You're not kidding. That's a big thing. But Miss Jubilee, Crystal J, of course, Mr. Gary Spikes, we know he's doing a lot better. He's, of course, Greg House, he's got his surgery coming up soon. I think March 7th, I think it is.
Sawdust Beast made it in.
Hey, Mark, good to see you. Mr. Tennessee Cherokee, I haven't seen him tonight. Miss Cindy, of course, we want to keep Crystal, Cryptic Crystal in our prayers. Of course, keep Anthony. Anthony lost his father a few weeks ago, so y'all keep him. And Billy's lost some. Mr. Billy Lost some friends. I'm assuming Mr. Darrell Denton's doing a lot better. I know he's doing better. We got Christina Clifton and family. And of course, remember Donnie and Nessa, some friends of ours who their son passed away. And
they just buried him
Wednesday,
yeah.
I think so.
So everything's really hitting them hard now.
In fact, we need to call them tomorrow. David and Kathy, friends of ours. Of course, Wanda, House, been having a lot of blood pressure problems. And Miss Bobby's mama, Sonia. And also her brother, Michael. And we have some unspoken requests, so y'all keep those in mind too. Some people, don't want, and that's fine, And then tonight, Mr. Harold Denton, y'all keep him in prayer, and keep Mark D, Miss Debbie. Let's see if anybody I'm forgetting. I know Mr. Mark Dumel's doing a lot better. I know he's been having some trouble. Miss Dee Dee, y'all keep her. Mary Jean Samples, the Robinson family. Standing Stone. And Greg, we've been praying for him, and he's doing a lot better. And
2 weeks for his surgery from yesterday.
Okay. So that's some people on here. Miss D says she's doing better. Good. So I'm glad everybody's doing better. And I know just keep in prayer for everybody because, a lot of us are not just going through health problems. A lot of people are going through other problems, depression, loneliness.
Job changes.
All kind of stuff. So yeah, everybody keep everybody in prayer. So all right, we'll say a little prayer. And hey, Leanne, good to see you. If anybody I've missed tonight, I'm glad to see you in chat. I did not. Okay, Stacy.
Write her down.
Yep.
Before you forget.
Let's see. And if I mispronounce y'all's names or something, please bear with me. Sometimes stuff blends in on me some days. I don't know why. It's like everything blends or something. Okay. All righty. And there was one other person way back in the chat. Yeah, Debbie. Okay, I got it. Okay, never mind. Just make sure I got everybody because I don't want to leave nobody out. But the Lord knows who needs help and needs what. So, all right, we'll say a little short prayer and we'll get ready to close this thing. Lord, thank you for everything you do for us. All honor and praise be unto you and to your Son for everything you do for us, being our Redeemer, our strength, our hope. Thank you for your compassion, your peace, your justice, your patience, your being merciful to us. Thank you, Lord, for your Son and everything he's done for us. The Holy Spirit, Lord, be with all names that's been called out tonight. Whatever problems they're having, Lord, you help them with it. If it be healing or sending somebody just to talk to them, if they're lonely, or someone to talk to them if they're depressed. But Lord, you know what you're doing and your will be done. And forgive us and help us forgive others, because that's one of the biggest things we need to learn to do is forgive others where we can be forgiven, because that was your whole message, is about repentance. Be with us. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. And y'all don't forget, we did create a Facebook page for the Hatchet Creek camp out, which is the last weekend in April. And it's Cedar Creek Bottoms Farmstead Meet and Greet.
Something like that, yeah.
So y'all remember that. I hope y'all have a good weekend. I hope everybody stays safe. Hey, George White, I hope everything goes well for y'all this week. So, anything you want to add, babe? Or?
No, I think we're good.
All righty. Well, y'all love one another, get along, because it don't cost nothing. Pray daily for all of us, for each other. Y'all keep praying for Rebecca on a job and on her foot, that her foot heals up good and that she'll get a job that's a little more compatible and not as stressful. And so I hope everybody, y'all just remember her. And y'all remember me. Sometimes I get goofy at times, make mistakes.
He's got to deal with me.
And I come under attack sometimes. I almost lost my temper a couple of times this week. So y'all pray for me. Sometimes I think we get attacked. So y'all pray for me. But y'all have a good night. Hope you have a good weekend. We love you. And hope everybody, so. All right.
All right.
Let me go get ready for work.